girls, hello and welcome back to Subconscious Food. If you're new to the channel, Subconscious Food gives you the tools, techniques and tips to empower you to live your most happy, fulfilled and abundant life. Today we're talking about something I'm very passionate about, and it's why your perspective dictates your life. If you haven't already subscribed, I'm so grateful for all of your subscriptions. Do hit the subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications to get notified every time I post a new video. With that being said, let's get straight on to the video. Right, why does perspective dictate your life? Simply put, the answer to that question is because you are perceiving something to be true based on what you believe to be true. So in our multidimensionality, where everyone and everything is a direct reflection of what's going on inside of us, based on the fact that what we believe is what we perceive, and in the law of attraction we could also say what we give is equal to what we receive, then it is also true that if we are governed by these, and Vishen Lakhiani, the founder or the co-founder of Mind Valley, likes to call them rules, bullshit rules that we give ourselves. If these rules, these bullshit rules that are governing us in our own mini universe of which we see the world based on what we see with our own eyes, then of course we're going to be governed and fenced and ring-fenced by our own thoughts and emotions, which tell us something that we believe to be true. Because if we repeat a thought or an emotion or them combined together, then those turn into beliefs, and what we believe is what we perceive. We can only perceive what we are the vibration of. So we cannot perceive, and I know all of us want to live permanently in a 5D world. I mean, you know, I do experience those situations and those magical, miraculous times where I enter and I see, you know, the world through my third eye. And yes, it is magical, it's indescribable, I suppose. It's very bright, it's amazing. But if we want to transcend, and if we want to be able to be in alignment with a 5D new earth reality, we have to change what we believe to be true so we can perceive, and our perspective can change. Now, the way for your perspective to change is to start being in the right frequency of what you wish to align yourself with. Like we already said, we only perceive what we believe to be true. So if you perceive the world to be a bad place where bad things happen, and bad things are happening to your friends, the people around you, in your life, of course what you give is equal to what you receive. The law of attraction. What are you gonna get in return? You're gonna get more of the same. That's what the universe says. The law says whatever you are asking for, you will receive. And whatever you are asking for with your mind, so words and thoughts, with your emotions, the way you feel, defines the reality that you see in your external. So what's going on in you internally, those emotions and thoughts and those beliefs, is then reflected to you in the external. So it happens in here first. So that is why your perspective defines you. It dictates your life. Now, if you did want to transcend, the very easy thing to do is start to align yourself with the vibrational frequency of what you wish to experience. And you don't need to go through a process of pretending. It's pretty simple, actually. You need to go through a genuine, really heartfelt process, because in these higher levels of dimensions, in these 4D, 5D dimensions, there is less BS. There's no bullshit rules, there's no rules, and everything is very clear and transparent. And ultimately, the vibration of those higher planes of existence is pure love. When we get to that 0 point is when we get to pure love, and when we can see that everyone and everything around us is pure divination. In the autobiography of a yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda describes at the end of the book that everything that he saw was just pure love. He saw himself in everything. He loved himself so much that he eventually got to a place where he could see himself in everything. He couldn't define the difference between someone that looked different or a mountainside. He just saw pure love and that divinity and that source and that divine unconditional love. Those are not quotes of his words, but my interpretation. So if we change our perspective on things, and the only way to change our perspective is to widen our consciousness, widen our perspective, widen our awareness by becoming more aware, applying determination to that, i.e. finding out what the frequency is that you want to vibrate on, and then applying those inspired actions to go along with it, then what you will experience is you will be in alignment with the perspective that you wish to experience, and what you believe to be true will naturally be reflected to you in your external reality. So you will perceive that of what you wish to experience. So it's all very simple. You can empower yourself to view the world from a slightly different perspective when you change what you believe to be true about the world that you live in. If you believe that the world is a happy place and that more and more people are finding solutions to some of the world's biggest problems. Let's take, for example, you start to see these companies, right, who are really jumping on the recycle reusing bandwagon, and they are they're really investing in making sure that they're using recycled goods to create more and more products, so that there's not more plastic or other materials, consuming our oceans or land or whatever it is, and essentially destroying the earth. Then because you believe that there are people out there, there are keepers of the earth, essentially working hard to be able to create a wonderful, bountiful earth and restore Mama Gaia back into health and happiness and joy, just like all the abundance that she gives us, then you will perceive more and more and more of the same, because the law of attraction tells us what we give is equal to what we receive. So if we're sending out with our emotions and our thoughts those frequencies and those vibrations that this is good, we love this, and this feels amazing, and you love that there's keepers of the earth, and you even are inspired to join in and make sure you're part of the recycling campaigns and make sure you're doing your part at home, then you will receive more of the same. So your perspective then changes about the world. So you could have thought it's a bad place, and we're making all these bad things happen because of our consumption of things. But when you start to change your perspective, you start to change the world that you live in. There's one more thing I do want to add, and I think it's very important, and it's something that I've really been focusing and making sure I am keeping that awareness when I'm practicing exercises like being, or trying to figure out how to transcend or experience a different type of consciousness, is I always want to make sure that I'm very, very present to the now. And the way that you can do that is you can think of what you're grateful for in the now, and you can be very present of this moment. Even feelings that you find uncomfortable and you want to shove underneath the carpet, being present to the now empowers you and allows you to claim your power back, because you are accepting that a feeling is there. And when you accept that you're feeling a certain way, then you can start to work with that emotion and heal it and transcend and so on and so forth. But when you think, oh, I don't want to think that the world's a bad place, I just want to think about how everything's so good and rosy and just amazing, then you end up still shoving this to the back of your mind, and that may end up playing with you a little bit because, like I said, in these high states of consciousness, there's just no hiding. So when we actually accept and acknowledge the way that we're feeling, we're able to work with those. With that being said, it has been an honor and a pleasure to share this information with you. Do comment down below what your experience of perspective is. Of course, share your tips and anything that you've come across in your experiences that you think would benefit our growing community. What we give is equal to what we receive, and we really can benefit from this wonderful cycle. So have a wonderful day. Namaste, beautiful souls. Until next time, bye.